Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome. Now, so today I want to talk about steps from vision to reality. Steps from vision to reality. And so, how do you know how do you get to your vision? I know everyone, most of you maybe have visions, but then how do you get to that place where you move from vision to bring your vision into reality? Okay, so I want to talk about a few steps, especially as a believer of Jesus Christ. How do I do this? Now, turning a vision into reality requires faith, a lot of faith. It requires you to be a man or a woman of faith, complete faith. When you see men who believe or women who believe in Jesus Christ achieving visions, don't just think it's about hard work. That is part of it. But most of it is by faith. It also takes a lot of planning to be able to get to the point of moving from vision to reality. You have to do a lot of planning, and every time you've got to plan and replan, upgrade your plan or change your plan, and just keep planning without really giving up. It also takes perseverance, because in this life you will have every reason to give up on your vision. All right. I know, for example, if I have a vision or someone has a vision when you are 19 or 18, and you have this vision that you want this vision to be fulfilled in the next 20 years, 50 years, 30 years, it will take you a lot of perseverance, because you will have every reason to give up on this vision. It will also take a lot of reliance on God's guidance. You have to rely on Him, okay? So let's look at the Bible. Let's look at the timeless principles of the Bible that the Bible gives. And also let's look at the examples that the Bible gives to help us navigate this process. So number one, seek God for the vision. In other words, make sure that the vision you have is from God, that you're not just doing your own things, because where the Lord gives a vision, He makes provision for it. You can read Proverbs 29 verse 18, and you can read Jeremiah 33 and verse 3. The Lord will give you a vision. So seek God for the vision. Is God in it? Is God telling you to do it? Is God starting it? Because if He's doing it, then He will move for you. Ask God for clarity and confirmation about the vision He has for you. Number two, write down the vision. Make sure that you actually write it down. I'm not talking about writing it down on a phone or on a Word document. You can do a Word document because it will stay with you. But take a pen and paper and write. Take a pen and notebook and write the vision, the entire vision, as you see it and as how God has revealed it to you. And keep reading or rereading the vision. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2 would guide you very well. Number three, pray for guidance and wisdom. Now, don't just pursue the vision, but pray to know where to start and to know the wisdom that God has for you. Invite God into every step of the process and trust His guidance. So walk with Him. Pray, ask for His wisdom. James 1:5 and Psalm 32 and verse 8. The Lord will instruct you in line with that vision. Number four, develop a plan. Now, this is where things get really messy if you're not very careful. Develop a plan. Luke 14:28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? So when you're developing a plan, turn it into manageable goals, okay? Make sure that your plan, even if it goes for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever years that you're doing, break it down into smaller goals, smaller objectives that can be achieved on a daily basis. So every day of your life, you are achieving one step, you're taking one step that is leading you closer to the vision. So be very careful when you're developing this plan. You don't have to begin with today and tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. But when you're writing a plan, write the end first. Write what the outcome first. What do you want to see at the end of 20? Now we're in 2025. So you want to do a vision, a plan. So write what you want to see in 2035 and write it in as many details or as much details as you can. And then begin to walk back to 2025. What do you want to start doing now that can take you to that time? Then number 5, take the first step in faith. Okay? Now, begin with what you have, even if the vision seems overwhelming. Begin where you are with what you have. Just begin it. Begin to try to achieve. Begin with anything that you have. Matthew 14:29 and Zechariah 4:10, which says, do not despise the small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. So you have to begin it. And do not despise how you begin, but just keep walking and keep going. Start small, but start, because faith requires action. So this is where, and as I said, this is where many times many people get stuck, because then if you don't move on, if you don't move with the vision, if you don't start the vision, it will simply remain as a plan on paper and you will never achieve it. So what you do is you must begin to work on it. You must begin to fulfill it, so that then when you start it, whatever you need will start coming to you, or the vision that you're trying to achieve will bring you to the people and the things that you need. So just do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid of how it's going to be. Just take the first step in faith. Number 6, trust God's timing. All right? Now, God's timing is perfect, even if it doesn't align with your expectations. Ecclesiastes 3:11 and Isaiah 4:31. Trust God's timing. So then the question would be, how do I know God's timing? Now, once you have written the vision and you have written everything and you have planned everything, then now you can begin, because God's timing comes. So let me explain something. God's timing doesn't come when you have everything that you need to fulfill the vision. God's timing comes when you feel the prompt to actually start. So you have to write the entire vision down and then you start, and trust that it is God's timing for you to start. Number 7, stay focused on God's promises. Now, if this vision is of God, as I began by saying, then what you must do is to continue in this vision, believing that God will provide for you. Okay? Keep reminding yourself of God's faithfulness and His promises. Keep your eyes on His promises, especially when there are obstacles and many challenges have come your way, because challenges will be there. Your vision will be challenged in every way, but don't lose focus of what God really wants you to achieve. You can read Hebrews 10:23 and Numbers 23:19. These are good scriptures that can help you to keep walking, to stay focused on His promises. Then number 8, overcome obstacles with faith. I'm giving you steps to from vision to reality. How do you turn your vision into a reality? Overcome obstacles with faith. There will be obstacles. You must expect such obstacles. Sometimes the obstacles will be so big. Sometimes there'll be little obstacles. But there will be obstacles. But you've got to overcome these obstacles with faith. James 1:2 and 4, Romans 8:28. These are good scriptures that you can also read. Challenges are there, but faith will help you to overcome those challenges. Number 9, seek wise counsel. Seek people who have already... Now, the idea is this. Get people who have already fulfilled either the vision that you really want to fulfill, or they have fulfilled a vision that they had in life. Okay? Because your vision may be so unique that no one else has done it. So find someone who has done something with their life. Or if your vision is something that someone else has done, then you just go to them if you can find them and do it. And there's also another strategy that we call the Greek formula. This is where you copy-paste the plans. copy-paste the actions, copy-paste what the other people did, and just do it for you and refine it. Okay, but seek wise counsel and surround yourself with mentors or godly people, godly advisors. Proverbs 15:22 and Proverbs 11:14 are good scriptures for that. Number 10, work diligently. Okay, don't go to sleep. Just because you've written it, don't now just go and sit and say, all right, now I've written this vision, now Lord, bring it to pass. Don't just do that, but begin to take action, because faith requires action. And for the vision to become a reality, you've got to actually take action. So work diligently toward the vision that God has given you, okay? Colossians 3:23, Proverbs 14:23. So work diligent. Number 11, stay connected to God. So this is the other thing. Be very careful that you're not disconnected with God as you pursue this vision, because I've seen people who have been disconnected from God as they pursue their vision. All right. So the vision, the work towards a vision becomes too much that they are unable now to focus on their time with God. That's the danger that I see. And that's the danger I see even with most churches and most big churches, where the pastor begins a church and it becomes so big that most of the time the pastor is spent on signing documents and approving things and writing things and signing checks, that they don't have time to have a communion with God. So be very careful that you don't lose that connection with God. So that's John 15 verse 5 and Psalm 37 verse 4. Those are good scriptures. And then number 12, celebrate milestones. Every step that you take and it turns out good, celebrate it, be happy about it, and acknowledge that there is progress that has been made. So this progress, celebrate the progress along the way. And you will see that even the more you celebrate, the more things begin to work for you. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Then number 13, persevere until your vision is fulfilled. Persevere. That's the word. Persevere, persevere. Now, this is not easy. But in other words, I'm telling you, don't give up. Okay? There will be many opportunities. There will be many. In fact, there will be more opportunities for you to give up than there will be opportunities for you to fulfill the vision. So, don't give up. Galatians 6:9 and Philippians 1:6. Don't give up. Just keep going, keep moving, keep pressing forward until the vision becomes a reality. Number 14, give God the glory. Never forget that everything that you're doing, even the vision that you have, is not really yours. It is God's, because if God started it, then He will bring it to completion. Now, never forget to give God the glory. I know that sometimes when we achieve the things we wanted to achieve, we get to a point and we start thinking that it is our own strength, it is our own mind, that we are brilliant, we are this, we are that has made us achieve these things. But in truth, give God the glory. So always remember that God is with you. 1 Corinthians 10:31 and Psalm 115 verse 1. Number 15, use the vision to bless others. So one of the things that I learned very early in my life is that God doesn't give you a vision for you. He gives you a vision for you and for others. Okay? So your vision must be at a place where you're able to bless others through the vision that God has given you. So it's not for your own benefit. It's also to serve others so that they can glorify God. Okay? Matthew 5:16, 1 Peter 4:10. Make sure that that vision that God has given you is also impacting others and advancing God's kingdom. All right, so let me give you a few examples from the Bible, even as I come to a conclusion, of people who moved from vision to reality. We talk about Noah. He built the ark despite being ridiculed. He built it and he trusted God because this vision was not his, it was God's. Genesis chapter 6 to chapter 9. You can read that. Then we have Joseph. This guy held on to God's vision through trials until it came to pass. Genesis 37 to 50, chapter 37 to chapter 50. Joseph had a dream, and God said, you shall be great. But the challenges that he had to go through required him to be very strong. Then we have Nehemiah. And we know about Nehemiah. He rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem through prayer. He was a prayerful man. He planned, he persevered, despite being opposed by people that he knew. He was able to do it. That's the book of Nehemiah. And then we have Paul, one of my greatest inspiration. He spread the gospel across the Roman Empire, and he fulfilled God's vision for his life. We can read Acts chapter 9 to chapter 28. And there's this time I was reading a book on the Roman history. This is not Christian history, but just secular history, Roman history. And I was reading this book, and because I was traveling, so it was a big book, and I wanted to read it through the journey. And I read it, and there were all these people, the Roman greats, the Caesars, the what, and they were all being mentioned. But two people stood out for me, people who influenced the Roman Empire so greatly. And this is a secular book. They mentioned Jesus Christ, and they mentioned the Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul was such a force in the Roman kingdom or the Roman Empire that he warrants a place in their history. They have written about him. It was amazing. And so when we are pursuing our vision, we may never know the impact that the vision will have for the generations that are after us. So keep moving towards your vision. Remain focused on your vision. You never know the ripple effects of how your vision will bless others. So I want to encourage you today that you keep going. Thank you so much, and God bless you.